My bad. So, I'm recording now. Ha! I forgot. Have you had egg rolls, pancito, or ube? Yes, I have. It's hilarious. I tried halo halo. I can't do halo halo. Yeah, and then, like... There's, like, some dishes where I'm like, can we just stop giving these to tourists? Because this is clearly a joke. This is clearly a joke. But yeah, it's like, food is life, and it's... Yeah, balut, no, I can't do... No, again, it's one of those foods, like, can we just stop giving these people... Giving balut to tourists? Because it's clearly a joke. Because, like, no one in the right mind, like, in true honesty, unless you grew up eating balut, could do balut. But yeah, so, like, food is within itself a representation of major cultures. There are those who find value in those recipes that honor spices, honor certain proteins and like starches and all that stuff, where if it like there are some dishes where like it's the same fucking ingredients, you just prepare it differently. And so it's one of those things where this game is definitely going to bring a lot of emotions out. So if you are of a descent that has historic roots in cultural foods, whether it be Asian foods or Hispanic foods, Indian food, Muslim food, like any sort of food that is outside the typical westernized burgers and fries and pizza and like hot dogs and all of that stuff. Like if it's one of those things, if you have a culture outside of that, then this may hit hard. From what I hear, it's actually very emotional because it's not only about the food, it's keeping a culture alive through that food. So yeah. But yeah, balut is literally a fertilized egg that's cooked, and it's no. Anyways, I am prepared to have my heart torn. I am prepared to figure that is balut the Marmite Vegemite of the Philippines? I guess we could call it equated. It's more. I've according to me and some of my friends who like are deeply into their Filipino cultures and deeply into their roots. Balut is a joke. It is literally a, hey, you want to try some balut? And of course, like a bunch of like white people tourists will be like, oh my god, what's balut? Is it like a tradition as part of your culture? And of course you have those, yeah, it's kind of like how you trick people into thinking that wasabi is mint ice cream. It's kind of like that kind of a trick. I've seen it happen, and it's fucking weird. But no one other than those who are older than sin actually like balut. Adobo is fucking amazing, and it's so simple. Soy sauce, vinegar, peppercorns. Done. That's adobo. Easy peasy. There's so many great dishes, but anyways, I'm talking about food. I'm talking about food way too much. But yeah, I figured 2-hour long stream because it's a very short game, all about culture and all about food that comes with the culture and learning how to appreciate not only the food that you were given, but the promise of the culture and the holding of that culture to your identity and also your life. So yeah. Shall we get started? Anyways, so. And I love the spice, like the spice containers in the colander. I love that. I love that so much. Alright, but I'm really excited to see what dishes are at play here. Because I myself am not familiar with Indian food, especially Tamil food. And it's specifically Tamil. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Tamil. So yeah. Have you been the last week? I've not streamed Ace Attorney, it'll be this week. Ace Attorney will be this week, but yeah. So hopefully this will be fun. And I hope we get to try out some new dishes. I would love to try out some new dishes if they look amazing and good. So let's find out. Alright. We got... Ooh. Think well before you dare, and never ruminate once in action. 1988. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. Sorry. Did I wake you? What time is it? 8. How are you feeling? Tired or nauseous? It could be either of the two. Probably very tired. I just got out of a nap, so I'm probably tired. Just like yesterday. Okay, I'll call your school and say you can't come in today. I was just about to leave for work. You should go back to sleep. What about your lunch? There is some leftover idli batter and garlic chutney from yesterday. You can steam some idlis quickly. I don't know if I can figure all that out. It's okay. I was just about to leave. It's just idlis. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to pronounce it properly. Idlis? Idlis? I'm assuming idlis? Very easy. It'll take me too long, Venba. Don't worry. I can just survive on the coffee machine. Dude, that's not gonna fly. Like, I'll make it then. Like, I'll make it. Like, dude, I'll get up and I'll just make it. It's easy as peasy. You can eat it while you're walking out the door. Come on. Wait 5 minutes. Venba, really, it's fine. No. I need to make lunch for myself anyway. Just tell the school. I'll be done in a minute. Okay. Like, bro, just, if you don't want to deal with it, then I'll deal with it. That's what's gonna happen. Because you're not going to work without food. My god. Come on. Venba. Okay. My goodness. Okay, let's get this done fast. Although... Oh, wow. Should I try my mother's recipe for once? The way I make idlis are never as soft as hers. They would always cheer me up when I'm feeling sick. I should just make them for her way today. I just should make them her way today. If the recipe is still readable, that is. Okay. Idlis? Idlis? Okay. Ooh. Ooh, interesting soundtrack. Okay. Okay, so what we got? Idli plate, towel, cooker, ingredients, water, and batter. Holes to let steam through. These also have holes so batter can cook. Make sure to... or it will leak. Arrange plates so steam can cook batter properly. Okay. So they have to alternate. Okay. Then what's the cloth for? What's the cloth for? Okay. I have not made idlis in these kind of plates before. The only difference from mine seems to be the holes on the plates. The recipe also calls for towels. I'm not sure why. But Amma swears this method makes the idlis a lot softer. Okay. So, I'm assuming this is going to be a steam. So let's go ahead, let's go ahead and fill this with water. Oh, no point putting a plate without batter in it. Oh, I have to put the batter first. What is it? Oh, ha. Lid. Got it. Alright. Then, okay. Do I do something with the towel? I don't think I should cover the batter with a towel. Wait, hold on, wait, hold on. So, towel? No, okay. Steam? I feel like I need a towel for something. No. Okay, okay. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Okay. Then... Okay. And turn this... No. No, I want the only... I want what? Never mind. Hold on. Okay, so, hold on. Wait, stop. Stop! I got it! I'm smart! I'm smart! I swear! I'm smart! I'm smart! I swear! Okay, so... I'm assuming... Okay. They have to alternate. So... There. Yeah. Then... Alternate again. Then here. Yeah. Make sure to alternate, or it will leak. Maybe alternate. What's this thing for? I think I should come to bed with a towel. Okay, then is it done? I'm gonna clack it and then on it. All right, let's see how it turns out. That should be long enough. Let's remove the lid and see how it turned out. See, the batter leaked through the plate holes and spilled everywhere. Let's try again. Okay, like, oh, okay, water. Yeah. Last time I added the batter like this, it leaked through the tiny holes. I should try something different. Maybe a towel to stop the leak? Oh! 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 That's cool! Okay, so we put the towels on before the... Okay, okay. Alright, cool. I think I got it right this time. Okay. Maybe? That should be long enough. Remove the lid and see how it turned out. It's done. Woo! Very nice. She's so tired. Aww. Oh, wow. Oh wow, you even took the time to make our faces. I think you forgot about my beard, though. You really didn't have to do this. What else could I do? My husband can't figure out Idlis. Venba, I told you to go to sleep. You've been feeling sick and exhausted. You didn't have to cook. It's not a big deal if I skipped lunch once. Pavalon. Pavalon? Pavalon. You're making me choose between resting and letting you starve. It's not a fair choice to me. You're not letting me starve. I know, but that's what it feels like. And even if I had let you leave, I couldn't sleep peaceful at what life would do for lunch. Like, what about me? Like, I still have to make lunch. Like, but then again, if she woke up later, she could have eaten lunch. So, like, I couldn't sleep peacefully knowing that I let you go to work without food. Like, it bothers me, even to today, like, where Brian will have to go to work, and like, because I've been like, hey, let me make some food for you. Let me make lunch for you, because they let him eat at work for free. But it's just like, bro, what if you just don't want pizza? What if you want something else? You don't have to, like, spend money over at the restaurant next door. And it's just like, ugh, I couldn't sleep peacefully. No, I'm the same. I'd feel too guilty. I know I shouldn't, but you know I would. Is it so hard for you to cook, even on days like this? Yeah, bro, step it up, my guy. You're right. Sorry. Did you look for tickets back home? Yes, it's expensive, but we can manage it. So, do you think we should go? I don't know. Let me ask the boss again if he can make me full-time. But unless the school gives you more shifts, or my boss changes his mind, it's going to be tough to stay in Canada. You know there are other options, but I wouldn't mind going back. I'm sure I can teach again at my old job. And there's nothing really keeping us here. That would be nice. Okay, why don't you leave with me now? I'll walk you to the doctor's office before I go. Oh, no. I'm sure all I need is some sleep. You've been saying that for 2 days now. Come on, I'll walk you. Doctors are free here. Okay. I mean, if you're willing to walk, why not? Alright, Venba, what's the news? Oh, you're happy. It's something good. Are you adding a member to your family, sweetheart? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, my question is I'm assuming that's a... Please correct me if I'm wrong, and please educate me if I'm wrong. Is that a bindi? Is that specific for Tamil culture, or is can anyone, essentially, of the Indian descent use that? And wear that? Venba, are you home? What did the doctor say? She looks so happy. So the boss didn't even consider it. Unless a miracle happens, I say we start back. What? What's with you? You never told me what the doctor said. Well, I think you should eat first. Okay. Eat this again? Ah! What has gotten into you today? Look. Look. Look! Is it a message? Oh, they have a little baby on the way! Oh, that's so cute! Oh, that's adorable, the way to announce that. That's so cute! Ah. So I guess this means we have a reason to stay. I mean, raising a child back home wouldn't be so bad either. But there's a chance at a very different life here. It's only going to get more expensive though, and we're barely scraping by as it is. We can't provide everything other parents would be able to. What if they resent us for that when they grow up? Maybe moving back to India is the best option after all. But then, they could resent us for taking away this opportunity. What do you think, Venba? Why aren't you saying anything? I don't know. It's funny to see you worry like this. Are you not worried? I don't know. I feel very calm for some reason. That makes one of us. Havilan, don't. I hope. Please correct me if you believe I'm saying this. Pavilan. So I hope I'm saying it correctly. Havilan, don't worry. I'm sure they will turn out just fine. How can you be so sure? It's our child. How else could they turn out? I mean, a lot of things can go wrong, but that can happen literally to anyone. Be outshone by one's children is a universally desired form of sweet defeat. You know what? I can agree to that. I can agree to that. I want to be able to create a world that's best for my child as well. So it's one of those things where I understand. My name is Pavilan, sir. Pavilan, sir. Kevin! Oh, she's on the hunt. Where did you run off to? Sir, it would be my privilege to work with you. I'm going to make an assumption that the yellow text means that he's speaking in English. Because it seems like I'm willing to bet that they're speaking to each other in, I believe the language is Tamil. So I'm assuming the white means that they're speaking to each other in Tamil, and the yellow means that they're speaking in English. Pardon me, sir. I don't have time to play, Kevin. I have a lot of work to do. Oh, Mama's on the hunt. Yes, sir. I've managed transport of hundreds of units of inventory per day. Pardon me, sir. Kevin, there you are. What are you wearing? Where is your shirt? Kevin. Boy? It's a cape! Take that off. Let's get you dressed. Oh, I like it! That job was in India, sir, but... Kevin, wait there. Don't run. Oh my god, Kevin, please. Kevin, come back here! This has become a routine now. Like, I'm not running after you. Like, I'm going to get you. Yes, sir. Bachelor of Science in Physics, sir. That towel is so dirty, da. Here, wear this shirt, Kana. No! But, sir, you can just take me on a probation period, maybe. I'm driven, self-started, and a quick learner, sir. Put this on, Kana. Hurry up now. But I don't want to! Speak in Tamil, Kevin. I can't even understand what you're saying. You don't have to pay until then. Please, Kana. I understand, sir. Yes, good boy. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for considering me. Good day. Didn't work out? Hello, Mr. Bachelor of Science. What happened? Same old. They didn't buy the hundreds of units story. I'm telling you, it's time for it to go. No, I'm not gonna insult them like that. It's like, let it go, dude. We gotta find another job. It's gonna be tough, but it is enough. What, my beard? This is a phone interview. Your clean shave theory doesn't hold water. Oh, I thought it was like, just move on to the next job. Move on to the next job. But no, I mean, like, I'm cool with a beard. I spend half these calls asking them to repeat themselves. I should watch cartoons with Kavin. If I can understand those shows, maybe I can understand these people too. Yay! We can watch Batman together, Appa! Yes, but your son is going to forget Tamil at this rate. Did you know that his friends call him Kevin? What's wrong with that? Speaking Tamil, da. Oh, what's wrong with that? It's only one letter that's different anyways. That's why you picked... Well, I don't think it's why we picked it. Like, names absolutely tell us. If there's a purpose to a name, then... It's like... I know it's tough in the American language to be like, hey, if you don't understand how to pronounce this name, you should just go by this nickname. It's like, no, our names carry the weight of our stories. Like, I know my name is a very angelicalized Michaela, but I know many other people, like, who have fantastic names who, because of American Western cultures, they've changed the pronunciation just because they didn't want to deal with, oh, by the way, it's pronounced as this, or, hey, can you not say that my name is this? And it's such a stigma of trying to simplify names to better suit a culture rather than respecting a name where it came from. And that it still bothers me personally, but like, that's why I'm like, if I'm mispronouncing something, yell at me, tell me to do it right, say it right. So yeah, it's one of those, yeah, I don't know. Names tell stories. It's a way for people to learn about you and where you're from. You shouldn't be afraid to correct your friends. It's your name, after all. Who else is going to tell them? And Kavin means beautiful. It's such a lovely name and it suits you so well. I don't want to be beautiful. I just want to be Kevin. Oh, Papalan, don't even start, man. He's brighter than us, Venba. He's learned to adapt. It's not about adapting, it's about respecting who you are. If you're an older adult and you really just want to angelicalize your name into Kevin, then sure. But when you're young, it's best for us to teach, like, hey, you should respect your name and you should be able to hold that as pride. If you... They don't give names to immigrants that don't... Yeah, it used to. They couldn't have... Yeah, it's just... It's strange. And, like, ugh. It's similar how people don't have an issue to pronounce Mario as Mario. Yeah, it's like... We don't have a problem enunciating shit. We don't have a problem pronouncing shit. It's just so many people are so lazy on how to do it. And that laziness comes from a mild, very fixable form of xenophobia. Where it's like... I'm not saying people are xenophobic. I'm just saying that if you're not going to respect someone's name and you're just going to be lazy about it, it's like, then what's the point of me talking to you if you're not going to respect my name? If you're not going to respect who I am? I don't know. You know he aced yesterday's English quiz? He did? Really? Good job. We should celebrate that kinda. What do you want to eat? I'll make something special. Oh! Can we order pizza? Speak in Tamil, Kevin. I want pizza! How about something better? Oh, something we can make at home? How about, I would say using it as better versus something we make at home. It's like, well, we'll have someone else do it. It's like, no, something better than pizza. We can like later it as something better. Like parota, dosa, idiyappam, ghee dosa, biryani, Howdy dosa. What? What's that? Different forms of dosa? Dude. No, I'm tired of all these. I said I want pizza. Extra cheese, extra toppings. You eat pizza all the time. Gavin, have you ever had puto? No. What's that? Well, I've only seen my mother make it before. It's a lot of fun to make. Reminds me of a rocket. Rocket? Yes, a lot of steam comes out when you make it. It looks just like a rocket launching. It does? Yes. But, you know what? Let's just order pizza. There's no rocket, but you get a nice cardboard box. You want to change your mind, buddy? You want to change your mind? Will it really look like a rocket launch? Do you want to see? I love Venba! Let's go, Queen! Come on, let's go! Okay. Alright, let's get started. I haven't made this before, but Hamma has a recipe on it. Hopefully it's readable. Where's the rocket? We need to make the flour first, duh. Alright. Alrighty, so what we got here? Putu flour. Ingredients: 500 grams of rice and water. Blend 500 grams of rice. Separate fine rice from chunks. Oh my god. I can't read that! Combine 500 grams of fine rice into flour. Okay, so it needs to equal 500 grams to 500 grams. Okay. So most likely what we're looking for is we have to continuously shred it all so that way we can get all 500 grams of rice. Because the weight is stupid important. Alright. Alright, let's make some flour. When do we get to the rocket part? Soon, da. Be patient. Alright, so we're gonna have to... Let me just do the... We have to blend some flour. Alright. Blend. Alright, so then we put it through a sieve. I should take the sieve over the towel to catch everything. Alright. Ooh. Here we go. Shake it, shake through the sieve. Okay. Looks like we have some chunks left, so let's go ahead and put that in. And because we're still looking for weight, so we want to be able to get 500 grams of flour from the rice we got. So if we can sieve everything, we'll be able to equal that 500 grams. So there we go. All right. Go and keep blending. We still are not done. Good. There we go. Good. Did we get everything? Shake it! Alright, looks like that's all of the rice we can get. That's hopefully 500, if not maybe like 480 because of the dust and all that stuff. Alright, so then we add water. I think this is perfect. Why does it feel like flour even though there's so much water? We have to mix the water and flour little by little. The final consistency should feel like slightly wet sand. Okay. Alright, that wasn't too hard. Mama, when will we get to the rocket? I'm sure it'll help. Oh, it looks like we got a rocket right there. There we go. Alright, looks like we got a big rocket right there. Went by different name with his girlfriend, and I wanted to learn the real name. It was Slavic, but when they they're in English, they went by different names. Yeah, it's like... I don't know. Oh, what happened to the page? Flour, coconut, 3 tablespoons of blank, 4 tablespoons of blank, water. Put coconut layers as far away from each other as possible. Okay, so what am I looking at here? What am I looking at here? Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hold on. Is there a color consistency? Okay. Alright, this is straightforward. Some of the parts of the water steam to cook what's above. Tricky part is figuring out how much rice and coconut is needed. And what order. Coconut can crumble easily. Coconut can crumble easily? So is it... Okay, so the coconut's in between. Okay. So we'll start with flour, coconut. Flour, coconut, coconut, flour. Okay, so then, all right, so put water in here. Put the mold on top. So, flour, coconut, coconut. Okay, so flour, coconut, coconut, flour, coconut, coconut, flour. Hopefully I didn't screw it up. It's lunchtime, Kevin. It's lunchtime. See, fuck, I messed up. It's lunchtime, Kevin. Oh, I messed up. Venba, I think coconut layers make it crumble. Yes, the book says to keep the coconut layers as far apart as possible. The only way I see that working is if we put the coconut in first. Oh, so it's coconut then flour? Oh, coconut flour, coconut flour. I'm an idiot. Okay, so it would be, yeah, so coconut flour, coconut flour. Okay, all right, so wait, yeah? Coconut, yeah. So, coconut flour, coconut flour, coconut. Okay, that should be it. I think I screwed up that the first time. It's lunchtime, Kevin. Let's try that. Yeah? Oh, wow. Oh, that's fun. Wow. That was so cool. Venba, I can't believe it didn't fall. Can we do that again? Maybe. That is so that looks so delicious. Oh my god. Secondary teacher. We are unable to offer our secondary teacher position at this time. However, we encourage you to apply again next year. Ugh. Ay. Okay. So there's hardships. I'm not surprised. Is he asleep? I think so. Avin. Yes, he is. Good. So, that interview. Another dead end? Yes. I think I knew that before I took the call. No relevant Canadian work experience. We'll keep you on file. I don't know. I feel like I deluded us into thinking we can make it work here. No, this is something that that you all have to discuss together as a family and as a couple. You have a lot of VTuber variants. You draw them on. I try to draw them on myself. Like 99% I draw myself. If I've drawn something, if I had something drawn for me, then I would absolutely credit the artist and all that stuff. So, do I study the art style of the game before I replicate it? Yes, I do a lot of like, not like heavy research, but more so of just trying to understand like what's the stylized form of going in. Obviously, I didn't replicate it perfectly. I don't have the sketch, like the jaggedy sketch lines that the star style has, but it's very similar. So yeah. Well, don't worry. I'll go to the employment office again tomorrow. What? I know you don't like Suresh, but I think you should take that sales job at his company. I can see a frustration here. I don't know what the history behind this is, but at the same time, it's like, until you can find something better, at least it'll put food on the table and will keep a roof over your head. It's not signing your life away forever, and hell, it could get you Canadian work experience. So it's one of those things where it's a temporary thing, and you're meant to have it as a temporary job until you're able to get on your feet to a job that you potentially like. It's rough, it's hard, and we all really just want to jump at the job that we really, really want, but sometimes it is a matter of taking one step on a stool before jumping up to meet the sun. So it's all about who you know here. We really are at the end of our rope. I think it's more the truth of it's who you know. And if you have an in somewhere, then use it. Then use it until you can go forward and go in. And we barely know anyone. We're not in a position to pick and choose our help. I thought moving here would be a chance to start over. That even here, we still have to beg people like Suresh. It's not begging. I know. I'll call him tomorrow. Thank you. But honestly, I think you're more qualified for sales than I am. I mean, the way you sold Kavin on the Putu today. You're really good with kids. I can't believe you're having a hard time teaching in school. Well, it's not like teaching back home. It makes me worry about Kavin. Why? Well, back home, I could get the class to laugh, open up. Get them in the mood to learn, you know? But it's harder here. What does that have to do with Kavin? I just feel that there's a wall between me and my class. I can't connect with them. They lead very different lives than we did. And I feel that same wall growing around Kavin. Oh, what do you mean? What if I can't connect with Kavin? It's so hard to even talk to him. It just feels like he's growing further away from us. I don't necessarily believe he's trying to grow further away. He's just growing in a different way. It's not further away. It's more of just he is Canadian born. He is living in an environment where a lot of the kids, I'm willing to bet 9 out of 10 of them are white. 9 out of 10 of them barely like pass a day without learning either some sort of heavy English or maybe even some sort of French. It's one of those things where like in order to fit in, we all feel the stigma of socializing and fitting in, where like if you're young and impressionable and you really just want to be part of that crowd and feel accepted, you have to be able to adapt. And his adaptation is more of accepting English, more of accepting, in this case, the Canadian way, versus living the Tamil way, where it's like he has a strong sense of foods, languages, understanding the culture and the significances of probably even holidays or dress codes, things like that. We have a lot of racial diversity, and so does America. America is also the same. America is actually one of the biggest melting pots. Well, it's supposedly one of the biggest melting pots, and yet here we are understanding that white people pretty much rule. And no matter where you go, no matter what country you live in, there will always be racial issues. No matter what. I mean, look at the xenophobia of many Asian countries, the xenophobia of many African countries. There's a xenophobia to a bunch of countries where if you don't blend in and adapt to the culture of that world, and you don't blend into the culture of that community, you're just not going to fit in. And for a child, it's rough. Because a child doesn't want to feel alone at the playground. They don't want to feel like they have no friends. So they're going to easily adapt to like, oh, you like pizza? I like pizza. Oh, you like SpongeBob? I like SpongeBob. And kids are so malleable in a good and a bad way. So it's like, if you grew up in an area where like, I'll say it, I grew up in I won't say like heavily conservative area, but I remember a lot of like the kids that I went to school with were heavily white and heavily like privileged. At least privileged thinking. Mind you, I didn't live in a rich neighborhood. We were having to drive in from like halfway across town. But a lot of our classmates never really looked at diversity positively. Like, they were the kids that was like, ooh, was that smell of your food to anyone who had anything except pizza? It was one of those things where questioning one's culture was considered a thing to laugh at. And it's one of those, I don't know. It's great. Kids are so sensitive and vulnerable that way. And especially when it comes to food, especially food. It's one of those, when it comes to whenever I have kids to raise and all that stuff as a mom, I would love to be able to show them the culture of my food and have them not be afraid to eat. Even if that means, like, if they really are that uncomfortable with the food in public, at least have it here. So I was like, it's okay, I understand, there are kids who are mean, there are adults who are very insensitive. I understand. I get it. Have some food here. So, I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's just hard to talk to him. He speaks in English all the time. And he talks so fast. It's hard to understand him. It's like he's in a different world than us. Well, it's more than just that. He doesn't eat lunch at school. Yeah, if he's eating like pizza and wanting stuff and all that stuff, that would be a problem. He brings it back every day with some excuse. I don't know if the other kids make fun of him for it, or if he's embarrassed. I don't know. I'm worried. These things bother me too. But we chose to bring him up here, not him. We did it because we thought he'd have a better life here. And he does. This place comes with better education and opportunities. But it also comes with its own culture, language, values. We can't pick and choose the ones we want and ask him to ignore from the others. I think it's natural that any kid wants to fit in, right? Yes, maybe. It's just scary. Don't worry, Venba. Don't worry, Venba. They'll turn out just fine. How are you so sure? He's our child. How else will they turn out? Internet situations can happen from my experience with many of my friends across the nation agree in spite of the issue we are the most part celebrated diversity. My kindergarten to all the way up to middle school was all about these kids who were privileged. Once I hit high school, our high school was the most diverse in the entire school district. Because our school district had sister schools, we had the most diversity. Just because we lived in a diverse culture does not mean that there is very blatant inequality and very blatant disregard for diversity outside of our bubbles. It's essentially us accepting the fact that we were lucky. It's one of those things that we were lucky. We were absolutely lucky. Because there are plenty of people who could say that they were racially profiled at school. They were hunted down because they had different food, different cultures. They wore a headscarf. They did all of this stuff. That's why for me, it's like I can't agree to that statement because I've also grew up in a high school that literally had World Celebration Day where everyone's cultures were highlighted and we got control of the entire gym just to show off the foods of our culture. But just across town was an all-white school where the minority kids were oftentimes chased out, like, as a joke. So, Pillow, me and you, and I'm sure many people live in this bubble of just, we accept cultures. We're smart enough to accept other cultures. We understand empathy, and we understand that everyone's culture is perfect and valid and understandable. The reality is, those are also bubbles. We live in these bubbles thinking that diversity is great, that we live in these societies where that's celebrated. But outside of these bubbles, there are still sundown towns. There are still people who actively hunt down people by race just to fuck them up. There is heavy racism. Yeah, it's like disabilities, any sort of LGBTQ plus. It's all that stuff, and it's important to recognize that. It's important to recognize that there will be kids who experience this, and there will be kids who don't. For this, I definitely feel like if Kavin is that heavily embarrassed, is that uncomfortable with his culture, where he feels like he has to not eat food. That's a child not eating lunch. He's not eating his lunch in front of people. If he obviously feels that sort of discomfort, then it's very much a very discriminatory environment that forces him to bend to the Western culture he's around, which is, like it or not, very white or very French, I guess, in Canada. So it's one of those things where in this story, it seems like Kavin is very much heavily on the side of, yeah, I can't accept my culture, because if I do, I'm the outcast. So yeah. Sundown towns, America is very racist, unfortunately. Sundown towns are essentially, if you are not white and you stay out past sundown, if you stay outside past sundown, you're liable to get jumped and potentially lynched. And that's not just for black people, that's for any minority. If you are caught outside at sundown and you are not cis and white, you are liable to get jumped. 100%. And the thing is, these sundown towns, as much as illegal as they technically are, they exist. Because America as a country doesn't have the balls to literally burn them to the ground. We believe in the idea of diversity, but we allow sundown towns to exist because free speech and bullshit like that. When really, it's dangerous. They're traps. They are dangerous for minorities. And it's horrible. But yeah. It's horrible that they need... Yeah. It's one of those things. So, yeah. It sucks. We want diversity, but we have to accept the fact that people are shitty. And kids experience it the worst of all. Yeah. We need to keep moving or else it's gonna be just me venting the entire goddamn time. Alright, take a nap. Go to bed. Take a nap. You look bushed. Those fallen from the resolve are stripped of respect, like hair fallen from the head. 1995. Okay. Go on. Tell her. His name is Pavalon. He's my dad. P-A-A-V-A-L-A-N. Where's Dad? She says Appa is not at the office. Does she know what time he left? Do you know when my dad left the office? Okay, well, does she at least know if he came in today? Did you see my dad today? Ask her if he usually lives with anybody. Maybe we can call them. Does he usually go home with someone? She says no. Dad usually leaves alone and he's very quiet. She says all the sales staff left at 5 p.m. today. She says he must have left then too. Okay, thank you. I'm worried. I'm very worried. I'm very, 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 very worried. I'm extremely worried. I'm not gonna panic just yet, but I don't like this. Why are we walking through the park, Amma? You think Appa will be here? I don't know, Kana. Sometimes your Appa loves to walk instead of taking the bus. If he decided to walk home from the office, it should be through here. But the lady said Appa left at 5! What's taking him so long? It could be a lot of things. You think he went somewhere else first? But where would he go for this long? I don't know, Kavin. Enough with your questions. Let him ask them. Sorry, Kana. I'm just worried about Appa. Why are you worried? You think something happened to him? No. I'm sure he's fine. At least I hope he's fine. You don't have to stay quiet, Kavin. Here. You can ask me anything you want. Anything? Yes. And I'll answer it. But Only if you can ask it in Tamil. In Tamil. Okay? Okay, I can do that. Okay. Okay, I can do that. Why did that lady say that Appa is very quiet? He talks a lot at home. Oh, look at you go. See, you can speak Tamil when you want to. I don't know. Maybe it's that they don't talk to him. What do you mean? No. He doesn't really like his job, Kavin. Maybe that's why. I was realizing that we have problems, and I regularly discuss them with my own like friend. He's Asian Canadian and likes to look at things from a different perspective. I feel like you're the one, in the bubble here. Pillow, this is not to be argumentative. Here's the thing, Pillow. I get it, but allow me to be the one that says you're sounding like the people that says I have black friends. That's just because you live with people who have diversity does not mean you are that you are invincible against it. That's literally saying I have black friends. Everyone is in a bubble. We absolutely live in the ignorance of, oh, we live in a great place, because that's literally how conservative towns thrive. They live with people that they agree with. And they're like, oh, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. We don't need, like, Hispanic people, black people here. We live just fine. Switch that up. Oh, we have lots of diversity here. We don't need all this other stuff. Like, we have diversity here. We don't need to recognize that diversity has often been targeted by other people on the ideas of racism and xenophobia. Everyone lives in a bubble. Everyone. It doesn't matter who thinks they don't. To deny that idea that you live in a bubble means that you deny the idea that problems exist. And problems can exist within the bubble. We may be blind to other things. Sure, we can be diverse as hell, but there are plenty of diverse cultures that absolutely shit on women. There are a lot of diverse cultures that shit on LGBTQ plus rights. There's always going to be problems. And to say that we're open-minded and all that stuff, it's great of an idea. But to say that, oh, you live in a bubble, I don't. No. That's saying I have black friends. I have a gay friend. Stop. This is not meant to be argumentative. This is just, all of us are in the understanding that we can be better people. We should be better people. That's why having these discussions is all about like, hey, this is just the fact of the matter. There's xenophobia all around the world. There is hatred all around the world just because of who we love, how we raise our children, like the gender that we are born with or choose to be. Diversity can happen everywhere, but segregation and isolation happens everywhere. Exactly. So I'm not trying to dismiss anyone's experience on diversity. That's not my intention. My intention is making the biggest fact known that, yeah, we want to live with diversity. We want to live open-minded to cultures all around the world. But in a world that has so many opinions, there's going to be division. There's going to be segregation. There's going to be hatred. There's going to be, oh, your food smells bad. Ugh, why are you eating that? Oh, why are you wearing the headscarf? What are you hiding? Ew, you're holding her hand. What are you, a lesbian? There's always going to be that. Period. And the more we talk about it, instead of letting it be like that, oh my god, no, but I'm an ally. I'm an ally of the people and blah blah blah. Stop. The more we resist this conversation is the more we execute ourselves into these little defensive bubbles and just hide away from the truth. So yeah. No more soup boxes. No more soup boxes. Take the soup box. Fuck off. Fuck off, soup box. He was a writer back home, right? Did he like his job then? Oh, yes. He loved to write. How come I never see him write at home? Well, he always writes when something bothers him. Back home, that used to be every day. Maybe you should bug him more. Oh, we're playing as him now! I was playing as Coven now. Okay, interesting. I'm making an assumption, but I do not think the assumption is correct, so I'm asking. What is xenophobia, and what does it mean for someone to be xenophobic? Okay. Racism is the idea that your race, the race that you embrace, the race that you were born with, is better than another's. And it usually comes from the privilege, from the idea of privilege and power. For example, racism is often depicted when a white person exudes their power over a minority person. It also can be when, I'm just throwing a fucking example here, when, trying to think of like a recent example. When someone of color hates another person of color because they're not that same person of color. Xenophobia is of a country and cultures. Think of it like extreme nationalism, like extreme like patriotism. If you can think it like that, only in a more hateful way. It's patriotism in the hateful extreme. So, for example, and this shouldn't be, I apologize if this is ignorant or any sort of fucked up. Japan is slightly xenophobic, where like a lot of Asian countries are xenophobic, whereas like there are so many motherfuckers in the Asian cultures who are like, oh, you're Filipino, you're Vietnamese, you're Taiwanese, ew. Why aren't you a real Asian like Chinese or Korean or Japanese? It's definitely one of those where it's more of, it's a culture and a country that makes someone xenophobic, rather than racism being, I'm more powerful than you because you're inferior just because I'm white, or just because I'm Asian or black or Hispanic, or anything that is of power over someone. Xenophobia is more of the nationalistic, patriotic pride someone has in their country, and says, my country is better than yours in that regard. So yeah. You have meeting so many people and this has been such a blessing. And that's great! That's awesome! That's awesome, Pillow. Yeah, so that's what xenophobic means in that regard. Isn't race another characteristic? Yeah! Like someone having green eyes, someone else has brown. Is my thought process growing? And it's not a bad thought process. Like, race is just another characteristic. And that's the thing. We want to be more open-minded. It's like, we want to be more open-minded and diverse accepting, to understand that it doesn't matter what your skin color is, what your gender is, what your sexuality is. None of these matter. These are just characteristics of a person. What really should define a person is the good that they do in the world and how they look at people and how they talk to people. That's the ultimate goal of peace and loving cultures in the world. However, there will always be racism, xenophobia, homophobia, sexism, so many things. Because we as human beings all have different opinions, and we all grew up differently. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So, how did you end up... Wait. Yeah, well, actually, what did you do back home? Same as here. I was a teacher. And not just a supply teacher. I taught math for 9 to 12th standard. Were you a cool teacher? What's a cool teacher? Fun and easygoing. Like, were the kids scared of you? Only kids named Coven. I don't know. I'd like to think I was good at it. My classes were always fun for the students. Though I don't think I'm a cool teacher here. I miss those days. But you teach here too! It's not the same. Why not? I don't know. It's just not. Why the music stop? Yeah, why did we move here? It wasn't an easy choice. Avalon wanted to be with me, and I couldn't imagine being with anyone else. But a lot of people took issue with us being together. Oh, honey, no. Have you thought of being a teacher or ever on a debate team? I was on speech team. And I trained as not only part of mine was being prose and poetry, as well as in original comedy, but I also had to learn improvised speeches and all that stuff. So I was a speech team captain, so I was helping other students learn speech and all that stuff. But I've been an assistant teacher, and I think I can teach pretty well. I just don't necessarily have confidence in my abilities to be able to teach properly outside of doing convention panels. So, yeah. The judging deadlines are going to be the same in the US. No, that's not what I'm thinking. It's like, it doesn't matter what country I talk about. Yeah, it was 100% a misunderstanding, because it doesn't matter what country I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about the US or Mexico or Canada or Europe or wherever. Every country is going to have that small section or even that big section of people being either hateful, spiteful, less diverse and open-minded, etc., etc. So I apologize if that made it seem like I was attacking you. I'm not trying to attack anyone. It's more of like, it seems like in this story, that kind of culture is literally what's affecting Coven to not embrace his culture open. So, yeah. So you were trained in the ways of the soup box in school? Yeah! Do you want to... I'm trying not to distract from the game so much. I don't want to spend like 3 hours on a 2-hour game. But we had a playful rivalry with Debate Team. Debate Team, if you don't know what Debate Team is compared to Speech Team, Debate Team is getting out facts and information as fast as humanly possible. They time themselves on how quickly they could talk, and how quickly they could present facts in front of someone without stumbling or having an or an or anything like that. Speech Team, we didn't bother with the speed, we bothered with the efficiency of the facts we were giving. So we had to make sure we did our research and making sure that our facts were correct. We had to make sure that when we did, for example, improvise informal speeching or radio speech, things like that, we had to make sure we were reading the correct ones, the bits of information and news that were relevant and which actually had an impact versus fluff pieces and shit like that. Yeah, quality versus quantity. So there was a playful rivalry between the Debate Team and the Speech Team, and they would always be like, yeah, we're gonna, and I'm like, yeah, but at least I can articulate my mouth and actually get my word across without being muffled, bitches. So yeah, it was playful banter. It was fun. It was not meant to be like a grrr, debate versus speech. Grrr. It was more of a very playful combat between the two teams. It was great. What's your favorite color? Red. Opinion on the color purple? Lovely. But back to Venba and the fact that she had the relationship issues, and they decided to make it our problem. It was getting really hard to deal with, so we gambled on a fresh start here and took it. So their relationship is mildly forbidden, huh? Mama, I see Papa! What happened? Everything okay? Please say everything's okay, please. Please. Please say everything's okay. Please say everything's okay. We're not running. We're not running, we're not panicking. Oh, we're running? Oh no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. No. Avalon! Avalon! No. No. Really? They spelled your name fucking wrong? my god, Pavlon, what happened? What happened? Hey. You okay? What happened? He's writing. Nothing, no matter how dear, should be sought at the expense of one's honor. And like, was he mugged? Was he attacked? Did he get into an office fight? Oh, hey. Oh my god, it's been how long? Like years? Bro. We're just moving on? We're not talking about what happened? What happened? My god. He only wrote when he was upset. Yeah, I was like, ugh. 10 years passed. Jesus. He never got his glasses fixed. The kid graduated, yeah, so it's been a decade. It's either a hate crime or just a crime of passion that happened in the middle of work, etc., etc. It's like, it's one of those things. Okay, I just finished cutting up the onions, too. I think you should have everything you need. Yes. Thanks, Pa. I'll go help Calvin pack. Pack? Is he going off to college? Is he going off to college? This is such a total shift! But okay. Oh. Hot stove, hot stove! What are we making? What are we making? Straight up, what are we making? Biryani gravy. Oh my god, there's no recipe! Oh god, there's no recipe! Oh god! I mean, I've had biryani before, but I don't know how to make it! Okay, this recipe is completely unreadable. Layered biryani is really fancy. I've never made it that way before. But I've seen Amma make it the night before we left India. Maybe I could try remembering them? Okay, so... Remember. Add all these first. Okay, so we're looking at some spices. Okay, we're looking... So add those first. These ingredients are so expensive. Oh, Ma, why were you going through all of this trouble? It's okay, Dee. It's a big thing to leave to another country. I don't know when I'll be able to cook for you again. Oh. Remember, all these first. These ingredients are so expensive. Oh my god. So we're looking at our memories for this. Okay. There's a logic into the order you add these 4 ingredients in. You want all of them to fry in the oil nicely, but the ingredient you add first will always fry more in the oil than the one you add next. Makes sense? Right, so if I want onions to turn golden brown, they need to be fried the most. And remember, once you add tomatoes, they release so much water, it's hard to fry anything to fry after. So tomatoes last. You want tomatoes last. Now the beef goes in after we add all the salt and powders. The order is important. Then add water and let it produce. How am I going to remember all of this? Don't worry, I've added all these instructions to the recipe book I gave you. Unfortunately, it's very unreadable. Okay. It's all the spices? Hold on. Wait. Okay. Okay, so looks like, yeah, all these spices first. So hold on. So we get, yeah, all these. So the bay leaves, the cloves, and the fennel seeds. Those are the cardamom. So the cardamom, bay leaves, cloves, and fennel seeds. Do we add... Hold on. After we add all the salt and powders. After we add all the salt and powders? Okay, so hold on. And then add water and let it reduce. Okay. Right? Oh, God. Okay, so obviously we want to add onions first, then the chilies, and then the tomatoes. But... Hold on. Oh, the spices are last. Okay. Oh, the paste is actually part of this. Okay, so it's the 4 ingredients here. Do we add all the spices at the same time? Oh, my brain. Okay, so I'm going to assume we add all the spices first because we have to start with these spices first. Get all these spices in as well. I'm assuming these spices as well. And then salt. Do we need that salt? Is it? Yeah, yeah, we had that salt. But add all the salt and powders. Okay, so okay. So we have to do the spices first, then the marinated beef, and then the veg. Do we have the veg before or after? Hold on. Yeah, no, because we have to let it reduce. Wait, we have to let this reduce, right? Then add water and let it reduce. Yeah, because once it's reduced, it should be done. Okay. Yeah, because there's these 4 ingredients. Because that's the ginger garlic paste. Okay, so onions, chilies, so the paste. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm going to fail. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and add all of these ingredients first. Yes. Your herbs, then veggies, and salt, powder, and powder, then meat. Salt and powder? Oh yeah, spices first, and then the spices, because the spices take less time to burn. Okay, so... Alright. Alright. I can never get tired of how great toasted soul spices smell. Oh my, I wish you could see how much this cost here. You would lose your mind over these prices. Okay, so then we add then veg. Get the veggies going. Yeah. Then the chilies, garlic paste, and the tomatoes. Of course, the tomatoes go last. I went through a lot of trouble with the recipe book on my... Sorry I couldn't take better care of it. But I'm fixing these now, and I hope Kevin can appreciate how when he cooks these. If he ever does. Alright, so then the powders. Yes. Okay. Then we let it reduce. No, yes. Quickly. Yeah. Then add water and let it reduce. Okay. Cool. Got it. Alright, then add water. This smells divine. I think we just need to let it simmer for 30 minutes. We can start the layering. I think I got it. Did I get it? Gravy is done. All that's left is the biryani. I hope I can finish before Kevin leaves. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh my god, the thought of it is so good. The thought of it is making me just like salivate. Oh my god. Once done, let it slide on low flame. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't even know what the layers are, but it was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. At least the second part is salvageable. I think the idea is to put everything in the pot, seal it tightly, and let it simmer together. 1, 2, 3 might refer to different layers of gravy, rice, and other things. But in what order? Maybe I can try to remember. Okay. Hold on. So I'm assuming rice, then meat, then rice, and meat, then gravy? Perhaps? I see. We add all these together on top of the rice layer. And that's the final layer? Okay, so this is the spice layer? Yes. What's wrong, Amma? Oh, Amma, why are you crying? You know I'll visit often, and once things are better, we'll come back here. This is our home. Where else will we go? I know, Kana. It's just so far away. Okay, so that's the final layer. So it's thing, then rice, then thing, then rice, then this? What do I want to top it? Okay, so does it mean meat, rice, meat, rice? So meat, rice, then all of the toppings? Right? Yeah? I think? Like meat, rice. Okay, so rice, meat, rice, then on top of it literally everything. Oh, I didn't have to add something. Oh shit. Oh god, I gotta wait. Oh no. Saffron milk. Do I add saffron milk? Fuck it. Why not? I think this is right. I just have to cover it with a lid now. Ah, here we go. I think this is it. Just need to keep the flame very low and let it all cook together. The rice will fully absorb all the moisture from the gravy, deeply flavoring it. I can't wait. I can't. Please let me make it right. Please let me make it right. Please let me make it right. Should be good now. That was 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. Looks amazing. Oh my god. Yum. Oh my god, just put that in my mouth. Oh, just put that in my mouth. Oh my god. That just looks so delicious. Oh my god. Ugh. How is it? Oh, so good. Beef really is the best. Hey, Oh. It's really good, Amma. I'm glad. I won't get many chances to cook for you like this again. Amma! Stop being so dramatic. I'm just moving out for university. Yes, kinda, but we'll miss you. Have you packed everything? It's a long drive. We might have to get some gas on the way. Oh, as it turns out, my friends are driving there today after all. So I'll be going with them. Wait, hold on, hold. Rewind. Hold on. We made plans for the family to go and carry all your stuff. Like, where are you gonna put all your stuff to move in? Like, I highly doubt you all got, like, a moving van. Like, where are you gonna put all your stuff in their car? Like, hold on, bro. Wait. Hold. Oh. This way, you and Appa won't have to drive all day. But the point of it is that's the last day you get to have with your parents, my dude. I was looking forward to the drive. Yeah, to be with you, because obviously this is a big deal. This is their last time they're gonna see you. We could spend some time together before we send you off. It's not a hassle at all for us to drive you. We'd love to. Last chance for us to annoy you with unsolicited advice. That would be nice. But I think it's just easier this way. Dude, you're gonna regret that later in life. Like, it's obvious that they're not, like, a bad pair of parents. You're gonna miss the time where you won't be able to be with them. And that's the problem. Like, you're gonna regret it. Even if you find them absolutely annoying at this stage, let them bring you. It's for them as well as for you. That way you know that they're not just gonna leave you out in the cold and you're not trying to run out of the nest. Like, let them have a little bit of a moment with you, and you can have a little bit of a moment with them. This could be your way of saying, yeah, this is a proper goodbye, rather than you just trying to jump off the nest without learning how to fly. You can always annoy me another time. He's a kid. He doesn't know. There's never a chance to think like that, in my opinion. It's like, if you can think like that, then you clearly didn't necessarily care. And a lot of kids have that mentality. It's like, oh, when I grow up, I'm gonna do all of this stuff, and you're gonna have not tell me what to do anymore, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, yeah, it could be that way. But you may wake up one day and your parents are not there. You may wake up one day and the ones you love are not within reach. And it can take anyone away at the last second without a thought. It's like, is the issue of the marriage of Pavelan and Venba because one of them is Hindu and the other converted, so they eat beef? Most likely, I'm wondering if it is a religious difference, or potentially. I'm thinking there's a religious difference. Okay, kinda. Sure. Did I even get any of the meat pieces? Bro, there were a couple of meat pieces and you just already ate them, my dude. Like, I know I put meat pieces in there. Come on. Maybe we can drive there next week, drop off some food. Oh, I almost forgot. Will your friend's car have enough space for some containers? I don't know why. I packed a lot more of the biryani. I've also packed some poties, pickles, and sweets. Did she give all the pieces to Kavin? I mean, you know, Would you be mad at her? Are you gonna be mad at her if she did? Ma, I can't take that in the car. Why not? I packed for your friends too. You can all eat. Ma, they don't want biryani. And the whole car will smell. I don't want them in my dorm either. You don't want any of it. Oh, you're gonna regret that, my dude. Bro, I get you're pushing culture away. I get it. You're pushing this culture away because you want to blend in and not be... You're definitely having the Max Goof syndrome of just wanting to have a easy, chill college life, but you're gonna regret not knowing your culture, my dude. You're gonna regret it. Just bring it with you, because I guarantee you, I promise that somewhere down the line, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be, I miss my mom's cooking. I wish I knew how to cook my mom's cooking. Like, I wish I knew how to make biryani or any of the meals that my mom made me. Like, bro, you're gonna miss it. Like, I missed my mom's cooking. I miss my dad's cooking. Like, and I had to beg them. No, not really had to beg them. I'm just like, please teach me how to, like, please teach me the recipe on how to do this. Because, like, I couldn't handle the cafeteria food. I could not, like, no. It was one of the things like, please let me cook. Please let me do that. Please, please, please. The Max Goof syndrome. Gavin, I put a lot of effort into making all of it this week. I didn't ask you to. It's not about you asking. It's about the consideration of, like, we're not expecting anything in return. It's not like they're expecting servitude from making food for you. That's out of nicety. It's out of being nice. Why are you getting mad? I know you didn't ask. But what will you even eat there? I don't know. There are cafeterias, instant noodles, whatever. I'll figure it out. I can't believe she gave him all the pieces. Really? Really, Babylon? That's what you're thinking of right now? Your brain is in the biryani that you're not recognizing the situation here, my dude? I'm just eating kusaka here. I'm just eating kuska here. That's not healthy, Kevin. You can't eat out every day. Literally everyone there will be doing that. Oh no, bro, you don't have to be like everyone else. You're seriously gonna regret it. Do you know the freshman 40? Yeah, eating like literally everyone else is how you get the freshman 40, my dude. Bro, I get it. I get you want to blend in. You're going to regret it, because instant noodles every day will literally drive you up a wall, and that's not even talking about your health. That's talking about your mental state. Bro. I'm just trying to be helpful. Well, you're not. Why did you just take some of it? You don't have to eat it. I said no, Amma! I'm done with this. This is a fresh start for me. I don't want to smell like Little India anymore. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. That's terrible. What's freshman 40? Your freshman year, you're guaranteed to gain 40 pounds if you don't watch what you're eating. If you don't watch what you're eating, you'll gain 40 pounds your freshman year because of all the stress on top of all the food eating. Yeah. There it is. I just want to be normal. But what is normal? But the thing is, what is normal? Normal is just living. Like, bro. It's not normal. Normal is just knowing you're a human being. For once. No, he's not gonna listen, sweetie. Anna. The language you speak, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. Only you should decide that, Kevin. You don't have to change who you are for us. But just be sure you're not changing who you are for anyone else, either. There's wonderful and beautiful culture that's a part of you. It would be a shame if you chose not to be a part of it. Just because you think it's not normal. Avalon, dude. True wise words right there. And why did we even move here? We should have just stayed in India. You forgot the simple question of their relationship was in question. It was clear that she could not be with Pavelan. She couldn't stay in India together with him. There was a literal relationship issue. It's not like they had a choice in the matter. Like, they could have gone home. But they probably would have been scorned from both of their families regardless, and they wouldn't have been supported at all. So confused why we're willing to, like, MK, we're taking the bet that it's a religious difference, because there are many religions in India, which I've been told that India is actually changing its name. So forgive me if, like, yeah, like, forgive me if it's just, I call it India. But there's many different cultures in India where it's almost sacrilegious to marry outside of a religion within the country of India. So it's like, that's why if people didn't approve of their marriage, if they didn't approve their relationship, it was most likely, willing to bet 9 times out of 10, probably a religious difference. It's just kind of like how in American culture, it's like, oh, I'm a good Christian boy, but you're a good Catholic girl, and Catholics don't like Christians, and all that and bullshit like that. It's a difference of religion that bars people from being happy. So yeah. It's just like, ugh. He doesn't remember, I don't think he necessarily recognizes that as important. And that's, ugh, dude, Kavin, you're gonna be so upset at yourself later in life. Sorry. I didn't mean to yell. It's just... There's no need to create a fuss over any of this. No, I disagree, Kavin. I highly disagree. Because it seems like you're pushing away who your identity is. And sure, you may look at it now as freeing yourself and being part of the normal. But it's like, are you sure it wasn't a caste difference? It might be a caste difference. I'm not smart enough to understand culture differences and cultural significances of other cultures and other countries without being there myself. That's why I love when people educate me, like, hey, actually, it's a caste difference, or like, if it's, hey, actually, it's because of this, that, and the other. I'd love to be educated on that. My guess is it's religious-based, because in India, it's very prominently known, at least outside of India, that cow and beef is heavily, like, respected. But there are some cultures in India who actually do eat cow and beef and all that stuff, and there's that. So it's one of those things where, like, if they're eating beef, then clearly there must be a slight difference, because there are many Indians who actually revere the beef as sacred. So, yeah. It's not like you're never going to see... Don't ever say that! You'd never know. And I hate it when people are like, it's not like you're never going to see me again. It's like, maybe I won't. Maybe I get hit by a car. Maybe I get hit by a car one of these days, and you're never going to see me again, and you're going to regret this conversation. What if something bad happens, and you'll never see me... What if you do actually never see me again? It's like, I don't know. I'll visit often, okay? Okay. And I'll call every week, too. So please try not to worry. Okay? Okay. Is that them? Yes, I think so. Who's that girl? I've never seen her before. Smart kid. That's why he didn't want us to drive him. Chirp off the old block. Really? It's because of the girl? Seriously, my dude? My god. My dude, seriously. There he goes. I suppose it's good that he's so independent. Makes his own choices. Even if they are so... incorrect. I don't want to say it's incorrect. I say it's very limiting. Correct and incorrect is a matter of opinion. It's not like trying to be questioning fact and truth. Fact and truth being a typically different thing. It's more of he chose a limited path rather than an open path. He chose what's comfortable, what makes him part of the in crowd. It makes him feel accepted by his friends versus not. It's not necessarily incorrect, it's more so limiting. Our choices were mostly made for us already. Whatever he chooses, at least it'll be his own decision. We just have to wait patiently for him to come back to us. Until then, it's just the two of us again, huh? Just like the old times. Aww. We are unable to offer you our secondary position at this time, however we incurred. Really? Ugh! Give her a job! Oh, did Calvin reach the university? Did he text or call yet? No. But we told him to text or call when he gets there, right? Yes. Well, maybe he has a... Oh, he has. I kept waiting and got worried, so I finally called him. He just said he forgot to inform us and hurried to hang up. Ah, well, it's a big day after all. I'm sure he has a lot going on there. Oh, sure. Let your son do as he likes. I'm not going to bother anymore. He doesn't want to eat what we make. He doesn't want to speak in Tamil. He doesn't even want the name we gave him. I'm done chasing after him. No, you're not. You're a mom. You're not done chasing. Moms rarely ever do. At least the ones that value their kids. Yes, you're right. Oh, wait. He forgot his headphones in his room. I was going to bring it to him sometime next week. But maybe we should just let him pick it up whenever he's here next. Oh, he did? Of course not, Pavelan. We should help if we can. He uses those headphones all the time. It'll be hard for him without that. What? Oh, you made that up. Is there anything more fleeting than your anger towards Kavin? That's what being a parent is, I suppose. When Kavin said he wants to pursue writing, I was so happy. Finally, something we have in common. I wanted to show him all the works that inspired me and all the poems and stories that I love. And the ones you wrote, too? All the stories you read to him as a child were just the ones you wrote on the spot. Yes, I doubt he even remembers that. I don't even know if he can read Tamil literature, much less understand it. I used to wonder why he wanted to turn his back on all the unique and special things his roots have to offer. But after that night in the park... Oh, are we gonna talk about it? Or are we about to talk about this? Maybe he's thinking it's better not to be unique or stand out in any way. Oh no, it was a hate crime. It was a racial attack. I'm so sorry. Jesus. And I don't think we can blame him for that. I guess it wasn't the best decision to move. I don't get to write here. You don't get to teach here. It's so hard for Kavin to be who he really wants to be here. Maybe you should have stayed. If you're going to suggest I would have been better off not moving here with you, my anger is going to be anything but fleeting. But come on. I know how much you miss home. Wouldn't you be happier back there? If I felt like I didn't have anyone, then yes. Maybe I'd be happier there. But I have Kavin. And I have you. Home is where you two are. Oh. Why are people such assholes? Longing for those who have forsaken you diminishes the beauty of the soul. Oh my god, this hurts me so much. Oh my lord. What the? No! Hey, where's Pavelan? No. Oh, my heart hurts now. Oh boy. Okay. Let's remind it was 2006 when Calvin went for college. So he's going like for a master's? Oh wow. Up, 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 up. There we go. Ooh, what is this? Oh my god. Ooh, that looks good. What is it? What is it? What is that? Ooh. You fried it? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, fry. Wait, take them out now. Oh, yes. That one. Okay. What are these? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Big, nice golden brown. Yeah, that one. Ooh. What are these? Awesome. Ooh. Those are food. Indeed, I want to know what it is. Okay. That's one. I have a long list of items to deal with. Alright. Alright, let's get some, it looks like some oil. Some oil at the boil. Oil at the boil. Love it. Muruku? Okay. Alright, so we got some frying oil. Very good. Alright, looks like we got some paste that we're going to, so we're gonna go. Ooh. Oil or butter, one of the two, yeah. Ooh. What is this? She's making a feast. Let's go. All right. Yeah. How do I know when they're done? Oh, wait. Oh. Flip. Oh, we gotta flip them. Oh, God. Flip. Make sure they don't burn. Flip. Okay. Make sure they don't burn. Flip. Very good. All right. Flip. Cool, cool, cool. Flip. Very good, very good, very good. And flip. All right. Present, 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 present. So easy to cook on the other side. Woo! Ah, you're working hard, sweetheart. You're working hard. All right, looks like we're cutting some fish. Slice. Got it. All right. Up. There we go. Slice. Okay. We're not going to descale it. That's completely fine. All right. Slice. Slice the fish. Slice. We're never going to get a Michaela's cooking sim. I would love to one of these days. I would love to. All right. Ooh, we're going to set some spices inside of the... Perfect. Oh my god. It's gonna taste so good with that marinade. Let's go. Fry the fish. Let's go. Fry the fish. Let's go. All right. Flip. Oh my god. Bro. Oh my god. Yes. Love it. Oh my god. Yes. All right, got 3 more dishes to go. All right, so let's see what we get. So we got some butter. Oh, it looks like some butter. Let's go. All right, heating up some butter. Very good. Peppercorns. Very cool. Popping some peppercorns over some butter. Some sort of spice. Cool. Ooh. All right, get some. Ooh, chilies. Oh, cool. Very nice. SG. That's not MSG, is it? No. It's some sort of spice. Bay leaf? I'm assuming maybe some bay leaf? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that looks yummy. Bro. You're going all the way to college, then to university? Okay. Oh, coconut? Jesus, working on some coconut. Let's go. Okay. Oop. Pop the top, pop the top. Love it. Alright. Very good. Oh, that's been marinating. Oh my god, let's go. Oh my lord, yes. Oh my god. Stop! This is making me hungry! No! I have to stop eating in like 45 minutes because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Oh my god. I'm hungry. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh my god. Chicken, let's go. Oh. Flip that. Let's go. Make sure we're not missing anything. Oh my god. I want to grab the food. It looks so good. I don't even care if it's like cartoon-like. It's just making me think of the real thing. Oh my god. Bro. Michaela, if you don't put pictures of the real fucking thing on screen, I'm gonna be so mad at you. In post, put real pictures up so that way people know how delicious this food looks. Oh my god. Does it taste good? Venba, does it taste good? Yeah? Oh my god, that's a banquet right there. Bro. Oh my god, I want all of that. Let's go. Oh no, he never came, did he? There's only one person she'd make that gigantic meal for. He never came, did he? Okay, favorite man. Thank you so much, Sharma. I have a lot of plans today, but I think I'll stop by for a bit later. Super. Sorry, Amma. Something came up last minute and I can't make it. No. Oh my god. Happy birthday, Amma. Do you have any fun plans today? Nothing fun. Might go to Hoppers today. They give 2 points today. Happy New Year, Kevin. Happy New Year, Amma. What's plans today? Maybe might see some friends. What about you? Not much, Kana. Come home when you have some time. It'll be nice to see you. Not today, Amma. Maybe another day. Okay, no problem. Good night. No. Good morning, Amma. Saw this and reminded me of you, lol. Oh, we'll watch. Who are these people, Kana? Your friends? No, Amma. It's just a mean Amma. Never mind. How are you? Good, Kana. How are you? Had lunch? I'm good, Amma. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Amma. Kana, it's Appa's anniversary today. Please call Sithapati if you have the time today. Hi, Amma. Sure will do. How are you feeling today? Fine. Good morning, Kevin. Have a great day today. Good morning. This hurts. Where are you getting these stickers? There's a free apple. Share it with you. No, it's okay. Just asking. Oh, okay. Good night. Hey, Kana, happy birthday. If you're free today, can you come home today? It's been so long since I saw you. I cook your favorite month. Oh my god. Oven. Oven, what the fuck? I'm gonna kick you in your teeth, dude! All of that food just wasted. My god. I'm gonna kick you in your teeth! Oh my god! Oh. Jesus. Venba. Honey, I'm so sorry. Literally, I have an entire chat here willing to, like, absolutely salivate over that food. We're happy to inform you your application for the secondary teacher position has been accepted. Really? Now? Now at this point? Now you accept it? Without one's dignity, one becomes a puppet to many strings. What the hell? Bachelor of Arts. Hey, Kevin! Great, but just so you know, that's not usually hung inside the house. Hold on, wait. I want to see the rest of the fucking texts. scent of the type that's exactly the vibe I was looking for. Just so you know, that's not usually hung inside the house. My dad just liked to hang it inside. So it's for outside the house. It's a white dude, bro. Yeah, that's fine. I just needed something unique and interesting here. By the way, for the school lunch scene, I think it'd be cool if it was like a super diverse table of kids and they all shared food from their different cultures. Where do you think Priya's lunch should be? Chicken tikka? Spicy vindaloo, maybe? Well, Priya is Tamil, so probably none of those. Yeah, like, bro. Oh, no. What if we show her eating nothing? Like, I would bring back my lunch a lot, lol. But, oh my lord. It's a white dude, bro, trying to show diversity in a thing and forcing the idea that, oh my lord. And then here's Cavan is like acting like it's like, well, actually, like I didn't eat any of my lunches. It's like, bro, what is this conversation? What is this conversation here? I was too embarrassed to eat it at school. Maybe we can touch up on that? Oh. That might not fit the tone of the show. It's just a fun scene that celebrates different cultures and cuisines that really represents Toronto. You must have a favorite dish your mom made or something, right? It just feels weird to me to write a scene where she isn't even a bit apprehensive about the lunch. I was terrified to even open the lid. I get we're celebrating it, but a scene like this would make me feel like I was worried about nothing, when I wasn't. Kavin, you were technically worried about nothing. Yeah, I'll check my mother's recipe book. Like, Kavin, are you finally recognizing that celebrating cultures means being courageous and not afraid? And if we want kids now to really look at culture and diversity in a brave way, we have to be the first ones to say and openly accept diversity. And yeah, like, we are the generation that may have been the ones to say I can't eat my food because it smells bad. But if we want kids now to accept their culture and their heritage and be more open-minded, we have to be the one to step forward. We have to be the one to be like, hey, it's okay to eat these meals. Were kids really making fun of him, or is he insecure as fuck? It could be either or. Like, it seems to him that he was just nervous and embarrassed to eat his food because it wasn't like everyone else was eating. So, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, Chris here is literally handling the situation like, oh my god, I'm a white dude and you totally like eat chicken tikka or like all of this cool Indian food and all that stuff. But really, if she is Tamil, then she eats probably a specific set of meals. Or at least ones that are more representative of her culture and all that stuff. But the fact that it's like, oh well, she just shouldn't eat anything because that's how I felt. When if it's a scene about really accepting cultures, then it's not only a weird representation in this regard. I'm thinking maybe they're just doing like some sort of TV commercial or like some sort of scene. He didn't want to be known as the like, it's one of those things where it's like, we have to be the ones to really step forward and say it's okay to accept different cultures and cuisines. And we have to kind of recognize that us saying, oh, by the way, we were so afraid to eat our stuff that we shouldn't eat anything. It's like, well, then what are you representing? What are you... This scene is so fucking weird because both of these people are wrong. Both of these men are wrong. Kavin, because he really was worried over nothing. He could have accepted his culture, but unfortunately, because kids are kids and kids are assholes, it's one of those things where he didn't feel like he could accept his food, and now it's affecting him. It's like, oh yeah, this scene that celebrates different cultures, why don't the one Tamil person not eat anything? And so it's like, Ugh! Both are idiots! One is trying to, like, force the representation of, oh, I'm sure you can eat, like, chicken tikka or something, like, and he's pretty just generalizing Indian culture. But then you have Kavin here, who's just like, well, she shouldn't eat anything at all, because that's how I felt when I was a kid. And I get that, but if this situation draws from the idea of openly accepting diversity, then it's just like, ugh! Ugh! This scene is weird. I hate it. I hate it, and I want to kick both of them in the teeth. But now can I actually scroll? Oh, I can actually scroll? Cool. Okay, cool. Hey, Kavin, I wanted to ask if you had any cool references for set designers as they design Priya's home. They can do their research for sure, but maybe something cool you have in your home? Probably something cultural and potentially obscure? Oh, I don't know, man. You've seen my apartment. It's all movie posters and games. There has to be something you remember growing up with your parents, right? Oh, yeah. Actually, my mom left me a box of stuff before she left to India? She returned home to India. You know what? If Pavilon wasn't there, if Pavilon had passed away, and her son was literally ignoring her, if she found home, back home, she found home. Fuck it. She deserves happiness, so fuck it. But Kavin, I want to kick you in the teeth. I can't want to kick both of these men in the teeth. Okay, if I have to give them a recipe, the least I can do is ensure it's authentic. I can't believe Amma didn't take the recipe book with her when she left to India, though. Oh, it looks like she fixed a lot of these recipes. Can't read Tamil very well, but let's see. Well, you did before until you decided that, hey, I'm gonna learn English and forget my home country's culture, language. Sorry, I'm getting angry for no reason. I'm sure a lot of people have their reasons as to why they feel more secure, reading English. But it's like, bro, you're gonna kick yourself in the fucking face later when you realize that this could have been your life, and this could have been your childhood, and this could have been an experience that you could have for you, rather than trying to blend into society. And yeah, she fixed it for him. It's like, oh my god. Oh my god, I want to kick you in the teeth! Ooh, Idlis. Oh, she actually fixed the recipe. Is this puto? Oh, I remember making this with Amma and Appa. That was fun. Irani, of course, Appa's favorite. She literally wrote everything. Nati Kozi Kulambu. That's like chicken soup, I think? She made this for me one time when I was really ill. This is the only thing I could eat without throwing up. I must have been around 5 then? I still remember the taste, the smell. The day she made it. There was a phone call from India. The cooker was whistling. Amma fed it to me, but I think she was upset about something. Oh, honey, who was calling? Who was calling? I wonder what it was. Anyways, if I'm going to feature this recipe in the show, I better cook it once at least. Oh, how helpful. She's drawn cute pictures of the ingredients needed. I'll go pick these up first, and then I can start putting it together. Well, let's see if you can, my dude. Oh my lord. Okay, so it looks like tamarind paste with water. Let it get steep until all of the flavoring is gone. I'm assuming that to get all the flavor out of it, make sure to get all the concentrate out and then pour it in. I can't really read this, but thank you, there's a diagram. Looks like I have to mix the tamarind with the water to extract its essence multiple times. Okay, so go ahead. So tamarind. Wait, okay, hold on, wait. There. Mix. Oh, the water really changed color. I could add more water directly to this bowl, but that might dilute the extracted water. I need to find a way to separate the strainer right here, the thing right here, and then there, and pour. Yeah, and then you back in there, and then you do it again. Then you mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. And then you do it again. You pour it in. Yeah. Alright, and then you put it back in, and then you pour it, and then you do it again. You mix, 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 mix. Water doesn't really change color that much anymore. I think I've gotten everything I can from the tamarind. Let me add it to the other bowl and see. Alright, and then pour it, and there we go. Alright, and then we put it back away. That's as much as I'm gonna get, I think. I hope this means tamarind water is ready. On to the next thing. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh my lord. Please. Okay. Oil. Oil to boil. Oh my god. Okay, I cannot read Tamil. I myself, Michaela Laws, cannot read Tamil. Oh my god. Okay, well there's no diagrams in this one. My Tamil isn't the most fluent, so I might not be able to translate this fully. But maybe I can do it step by step. I think I can make out a few of these words. Toast both of the grains first. Nice. Just have to figure out the missing parts. I'm gonna go step by step. Though I really don't see any grains. Did I mistranslate something? Shallots, seeds, powder. Toast both of the grains first. Is this... Okay, hold on. Grains. So I'm assuming it's the spices. So I'm going to assume both grains. So I'm assuming mustard seeds and the cumin. That's what I'm thinking. The shallots are onions. Powder is powder. So I'm going to assume it's mustard seeds. And then the cumin. Toast them both. Ah, it's seeds, not grains. I can't count the number of times I've woken up to this sound, though. How is it already smelling so good? Oh, I can read this part easily. Next, add red leaves and green chilies. Red leaves. Tomatoes always going last, so I'm assuming it's the curry leaves and the chilies? Yeah, so... curry leaves and the chilies. Oh, I must have... My words were red and green switched around. Why did you secret your Tamil studies me? I know! Add minced shallots and crushed ginger garlic. Okay, I'm assuming minced shallots and ginger garlic. So let's do the shallots. Let's do the ginger garlic. It smells so good. Usually around this time, Amma has me waving away all the steam from the smoke detector. No, I feel that. No, it's just like, no, unplug the smoke detector or just like start waving a fan at it or else it'll start blaring. Oh my god. What gives that water? Tomatoes. First add that creates water, then add water, so add tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes. Drying is just release a lot of water. And then water itself. So that's what the tamarind water is for. I have no idea what this says, but there are only 2 ingredients left, so add... Make sure I'm not missing any ingredients. So salt and rasam powder to taste. It smells really taking me back. Amma was upset because of the phone call she got from home. What happened? Hey, don't let it burn! I think I remember now. Don't let it burn, though! I'm sorry, Appa. I'm sorry I'm not there. You know, I thought she was getting better. It's almost the end of the month, so I should be able to send you more money soon. No, it's okay. Let me at least be of use this way. Oh no, honey. Can't read this part either, but there's not much to this. Put everything in and cook it, I guess. You sure? Oh, you're making you're just... Okay, so you're literally blanching the chicken in tamarind water? Are you blanching it in tamarind water? Huh. Blanching bone and chicken and tamarind water. Okay. I mean, that's a way to make a stock. I should turn this on after I get everything. Everything is in! What do you mean I don't? Oh, there we go. I forgot the steamer thingy whistler. Toot toot. Toot toot. Toot toot. Toot. Oh, wow. Wow. Venba, honey. Yeah, you hate yourself a little bit right now, huh, Kevin? You're kicking yourself in the shin a little bit, huh, Kevin? Huh? You shouldn't have acted like a dick to your mom, huh? Stupid. Embrace your cultures. Don't be afraid to eat that food. And if another kid acts like a dick, kick him in the dick! Don't disrespect cultures. Respect your parents if they respect you. And kick people in the dick if they're being a dick. Remind them that they, themselves, are worth the pain of being kicked in the dick. Dick. I should keep going. Okay. Wait, okay? Oh, that looks fat. Oh my god, I need that in my mouth. I know it's only I know it's only turmeric and salted chicken, but I need that, please. Please. Chicken stock always has a golden color, but the turmeric is making it look extra nice. Oh, I need that in my mouth. Oh man, should we even feature this in the show? Some corporation is going to start selling an overpriced turmeric chicken stock after watching this. Oh my god, I need that in my mouth! Alright. Okay, last step. He doesn't mix these together, I suppose. Rasam is usually water, but here it's fresh chicken stock instead. That's really cool, wow! I wonder how Chris will describe this to the team. An exotic take on chicken soup made from a variety of spices and aromatics. Gross. What do you mean it's gross? It sounds great! Bro, pour that in. Pour that in. Oh my lord. Put that away. And have some coriander. Then just stir it to get all the flavors. It's a lot easier than I thought. Let's see if it tastes anything like that day. Stir it to get all those flavors together first. Chicken rasam. Oh my god. Mama. Mama, why are you sad? It's nothing. Now eat your food, honey. It's better than the description. Fair enough. Did I do something wrong? No, kinda. Not at all. I heard from home. Your grandmother. Amma loves her a lot. But sometimes people have to leave and go far away. And Amma will just miss her. Why is she leaving? She's not leaving, she's dying. It's natural, Kevin. Everyone leaves someday. Us too? It'll happen to everyone. The Reaper comes for us all eventually. I shouldn't say that. Very serious. I won't leave you, Amma. Or Appa. Oh. You fucked up, Kevin. You fucked up. Any recipe updates? Take a picture, take a picture. Oh! Talk to her! Be the first one! Talk to her! A humble porridge can taste sweeter than nectar when fed by the little hands of one's child. Oh, thank you, Venba Miss. Oh, she's teaching! Let's go! She's back to teaching! Tick, tick. Okay. Oh. You're wearing your dad's glasses, you stupid! Love it. Alright, what are you making? Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Yeah, I told you I'm terrible at this. It's easy, Kevin. Listen. It's all about temperature control with dosa. First, pour water on the stone to reduce the heat. Next, set fire to the low setting. Pour the batter, and since the stone isn't hot, you can spread the batter easily. Add oil around the edges and turn up the heat. This will fry the batter and make it easy to flip once the edges are brown. Then it's done. Easy, right? Yeah, for you. Another disaster coming up. Oh my god, the puns! How dare! Alright, so, water first. Get the water in. Alright, then... Yes. Dosa batter. Good, and spread that around. Rotate. Alright, there we go. Yeah, rotate that around. Good, good, good. Then oil the sides. Oh. Whoa, I clicked out of it. My bad. Did I spread the batter wrong? You spread the batter fine, Kavin, but you forgot to do something before. Oil! God damn it. Oh, wait. Do it again. Tell me again. Okay. Temperature. Okay, so pour water to reduce heat. Set fire to low setting. Okay. Then pour the batter. Okay, then the batter. Yeah, pour the batter, and then oil around the edges, and then down the heat, and then for the. Okay, got it. Okay, I forgot to turn the heat down. Heat down. Okay. Dosa batter. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. His speech is white. Let's go. He's redeeming. Let's go. All right. Spread, spread, spread. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. All right. Oil. Oil the sides. Good, good, good. All right. Do I bring it back up? No. I flip it. Flip. Oh, I didn't let it heat. Damn it. Well, almost. What did I do wrong? Got the first one. Before you flip, it's crucial to add oil and turn. Oh, I gotta turn it back up to high. I'm stupid. All right, back it again. Do it again. Do it again. I will get it right. I'll get it right. I swear. I promise I'll get it right. I'm not perfect. I swear. I need to just do the better. I need to be better. I need to be better. All right. Has anyone had dosa? Is it good? I really want to know. Is it good? Straight up. Oil. Turn it back up to high. Fry, fry, fry. Flip it, flip. And then flip. Woo! Look at that, all crispy. And turn the heat down. Yeah. Then... Did I do it right? Then... Flip again. Oh my god! I did it! Good job! Ready to try something harder? Reminds you of Oreos. Okay. Dosa is so good. It is? Oh my god. Are you ready to try Uthapam? Uthapam? The dosa will be a bit thicker this time, so we can lay all the vegetables. Ooh, this is like that pizza one, right? With all the toppings. Yes. Not really, though. Okay, so. Water. Do the thing. Alrighty. Rotating. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay. Alright, all around. Okay. Okay, now the toppings. Do I have to add... Now the toppings. Do I have to add all of them? Actually, you can just add whatever you like. Everyone's uthapam is different. Just make sure to add ghee first. Alright. Ghee. 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 Okay. So. Alright. Cool. Alright, then... Oh, forehead flick for not following directions. Ah! Thank you for the 2. Ah! Forehead flick. Alright, so let's add some onions. Let's add some carrots. Let's add a little bit of powder. Very nice. We'll add some green chilies. Then we'll bring it up to high. Then we flip. Flip, flip, flip. Flip that? Flip. Yeah? Down? Yeah? I think I'm getting the hang of this. Oh my god, look at that! That's so good! See, I told you it's easy. I haven't made this in a while. This is your Appa's favorite. Kari dosa is dosa with mincemeat. Yes, exactly. We're doing it with mutton here, but you can do it with chicken, beef, or whatever you like. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Douse it with water. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Very good. All right, rotate. 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 Rotate it. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Good. Okay, good job, Kavi! I clicked out of the game again! Now we can start adding the curry toppings. Like Uthpam, you want to add the ghee first. Then add the beaten egg as a coating, followed by the actual curry, and finish it with coriander. Alright, so ghee first. Boom. Hi, baby. Alright. Put it on high. And then the egg first. And then, oh god, then the curry, and then the coriander, and then heat 1, 2, 3, and then flip. Whoop. Hey! I did it! Yeah! I did it! Another one down. Woo! That looks nice! This is fun! Yes, it really is! Yay! Look at you! You're doing great, Kavin. You can start your own dosa restaurant when you go back. I know, right? I could probably run the best one. If there were restaurants that can serve dosas like this back there. You wouldn't have missed home so much and left, huh? No, it wasn't that. Kavin, it was because there was no one there for her. I came here for more than just dosas, Kavin. Oh yeah, of course, I was just joking. Oh. Okay, well, you start eating these. I'll make the rest and then join you. Oh, no. I'll do it. Otherwise, they'll get cold before you can eat them. Well, won't they get cold for you then? Let me do it this one time, at least. Sure, Kavin. Oh my god, just... no. Looks really, really good. Amma. I have something to show you. This is... Amma's recipe book. Have you been using it? Wait, I didn't fix some of these. You fixed those too? And you wrote in Tamil? This is great, Kavin. Is this all research for that show you're writing? No, Amma. Actually, I quit that job. Oh, fuck, really? Oh, why? I couldn't write what they wanted. I felt like a fraud. I took the job because it was the first place that would hire me. I suppose the showrunners felt I could offer a Tamil perspective. But I've distanced myself from all that my entire life. I couldn't even speak the language fluently. What perspective can I even offer? I've acted like being Tamil was inconvenient for me my whole life. But now I'm acting Tamil when it is convenient for me? When there's a job on the line? I couldn't deal with it. You're being unfair to yourself. You are surrounded by a culture that literally said your culture didn't matter. And it was very clear you were embarrassed by the environment around you. And it's the sad part of just recognizing how early you can catch it when you realize that your culture should be celebrated by you. It's not about like whether or not the world accepts your culture. You have a culture, accept it. It's about you. It's part of you. And that's how cultures live. They're carried on through us. And you're a kid, and so I can want to kick you in the teeth because like you were being stupid all the way up until university. And like you literally didn't come back and say hello apparently to your mom and your dad even when dad passed away. So it's like you were being unfair to yourself, and there is at least you're recognizing it now. And like I said, you were gonna kick yourself in the teeth later down the line, and here you are kicking yourself in the shin now that it's later in life. It's true, Amma. I'm just a tourist. And I wasn't there for you after Appa. And every time I wanted to apologize, I just felt too guilty to even face you. You've always said you stayed in Canada for me. I know how much it must have hurt you to come back here. How much I must have hurt you. And Appa. It was so sudden. I always thought there would be a time to tell him how much he inspires me. Even the stories he made up when I was a child and read them to me until I finally slept. My writing can't hold a candle to them. If I'm writing today, it's because of him. I'm still just trying to catch up to him. Oh, there you are. That's not why I came here, Kavin. You didn't? I came here because that's what was best for me. And even though it hurt me, it's what's best for you. What do you mean? I loved living here. The people, my parents, my job, everything. Leaving India was necessary, but really hard. I felt bad for leaving. I missed it so much that I wanted to raise you like we never left here. It must have been suffocating for you. And after Pavalon... Well, coming back here and teaching all these kids has been great. If I had stayed there, I don't think I could have given you the space you needed. Thanks, Amma. How long are you staying for? I don't know, Amma. But this is nice. What about you? Do you think you'll ever come back to Canada? I don't know, Kana. But this is really nice. Oh. Beautifully done. Beautifully written. He never planned out how long he was saying, he just booked a flight. Just, oh my god. That was brilliant and really well done. Wow. Oh, that hurt me. But that was really, really touching. Like, I don't feel like crying because, like, this is a story that a lot of people can relate to. And for me, it was more frustration over the fact that such an environment caused a son to run away from his culture. Even if she found it that it might have been suffocating, it was still something he grew up with. And it's something that he remembered in his childhood, so something that really spoke to him. Even brought him back freaking Ratatouille style. So it's like... It's... For me, it's very heartwarming to know that at least he eventually figured it out. And it's not like he just became westernized immediately. It's like... Beautifully done. Beautifully, beautifully done. Very, very sweet story. Oh my god. But the amount of soup boxes I had here. Oh my god! Soup boxes don't pay bills! But very, very good. Very, very good story. Very, very good game. Wow, that was... And plus we got to learn some food, so that'll be good. I'm really excited to kind of see, like, couldn't have done it without. Hey! To our TikTok wizard. Awesome! And wholesome games, let's go! Yeah! Oh my god. But yeah, that was incredibly sweet. Made possible with the support. Yay! Are we still kicking Coven? Is it time to abuse the adult? He's kicked himself enough. I think he's kicked himself long enough. Alright. Venba. Alright. No more soup, only grilled cheese. So the soup boxes may not pay bills, but they're pretty important from what I can tell. Yeah. But oh my god, that was a wonderful game. That was a very wonderful game. Alright. It is 10 o'clock, and I need to get one last snack before I'm, like, subjugated to not eat anymore tonight. So I need to leave so that way I can get a snack. But you all are awesome. Just so you know, our next stream will be on the 19th. It will be Ace Attorney on the 19th. And then the 20th will be Final Fantasy 16 on Twitch. And then Friday will be Cereza and the Lost Demon. That's the plan. That's the current plan. I'm hoping and praying that it'll stay the plan and nothing bad will happen between here and the plan. And the plan can only happen when the plan only works. And